You're standing at the whiteboard, absolutely nailing your pitch on the new asynchronous architecture. You've got the data, and you've got the performance metrics. But when you look at management, they're completely lost. You've just walked into the techno-babble trap. Your audience doesn't spend their days in microservices or data pipelines, so piling on technical details without a foundation makes the solution feel distant and irrelevant. The slide doc serves as the specific vehicle to bridge this gap, a tangible format that balances deep technical context with the clarity required for executive decision-making. This video provides a step-by-step method to take your raw data and transform it into a clear, actionable narrative presentation. A technical presentation's value is measured by the specific business actions it triggers, not the volume of metrics it contains. Step 1 is gathering your materials. Pull up all your existing technical reports, spreadsheets, and charts. You need everything in front of you so we can begin the distillation process. This chart represents raw data. Showing every metric leaves your audience informed but not enlightened. You must reduce findings into one big idea. Look at how we isolate this single bar. That highlight represents your core insight, an unexpected twist challenging existing assumptions. You'll be tempted to include 3 or 4 secondary points you discovered along the way. Relegate that extra data to an appendix. Focus protects your core message. Executive audiences allocate budgets based on clear priorities. A single, focused insight gives them a clear path forward, whereas a wall of scattered statistics leaves them confused about what needs funding. Now, scan your newly formed big idea for dense technical terminology. If your idea says you need to optimize cross-functional APIs, translate it into your audience's language. Use terms they track daily, like saving 30 minutes of manual data entry per department. When you must retain a technical concept, use an analogy. Think of web development. HTML is the foundation of a house, CSS is the paint, and JavaScript is the electrical wiring that powers the lights. To validate your work, use the coffee shop test. Read your analogy aloud. If it sounds like something you could comfortably say to a neighbor over coffee, it's ready for the presentation. Simplifying language proves mastery. Constructing a clear analogy shows you understand the underlying mechanics well enough to explain their impact on the business. Replace your standard bulleted report with a 3-act narrative: the setup, the confrontation, and the resolution. In Act 1, establish the baseline. Position your audience as the hero and define the business problem as the villain they fight. Act 2 is the confrontation. Show why current methods fail to stop that villain, using data to highlight risks mounting over time. Act 3 reaches the peak. Reveal your core insight as the climax, positioning your technical solution as the weapon that resolves the conflict. Traditional executive summaries often put this insight on slide 1. Avoid this. Disclosing the climax immediately removes the suspense essential to an engaging story. Delaying the insight builds narrative tension. It forces the audience to feel the weight of the problem, so by the time you offer the solution, they are biologically primed to care about it. A live presentation builds tension, but technical pitches often fail because the slides can't be understood once the presenter leaves the room. The slide doc solves this by creating a hybrid document that contains enough context to be read independently. Cluttered traditional reports overwhelm the viewer. Enforce a strict word count, maximum 200 words per slide. Highlighting this front document shows a cleaner path. Use bullet points and maintain strict consistency with your fonts to make the information digestible. This visual clarity allows non-technical stakeholders to review, understand, and champion your ideas long after the meeting has ended. We've moved from messy data to a focused big idea, translated it through analogy, structured it across 3 acts, and finalized it in the slide doc format. Before your meeting, perform one final validation test. Pitch your completed slide doc to a non-technical coworker. The test is successful if your coworker can summarize your one big idea back to you without stumbling over the technical details. Technical professionals who master this framework see their architecture adopted and their projects funded. Your data found the problem. Your story is what finally fixes it.